Hey everyone, glad that you can join me today. Today's video is going to be about restoration of toenails. There is a lot of reasons why people's toenails don't grow back. One of the biggest ones is any type of severe trauma or injury, like permanent nail damage to the nail matrix. Also, things like chronic fungal infections, autoimmune conditions, chemo or radiation. There could be severe psoriasis that is damaged the matrix over time. There's a lot of reasons, genetic reasons, and there's a lot of reasons why people would want to have their toenails restored. Self confidence or self esteem being probably the number one reason. Most women pride themselves on their beautiful toenails and getting pedicures done in the summer. And while most men don't get their toenails painted, they do, however, want to feel confident having uniformity to all of their toenails. And the situation with this client is that she was and is very athletic and has caused a lot of damage to her matrix. So her toenails don't grow out further than what you see right here. Now, moving on with the restoration. She's already had her feet soaking, and we've already done all of the callus work and the prep work. The product that you see me put on earlier is like an adhesive. It helps adhere the toenail to the skin and the toenail that is present. The product that I'm using now is a NanoFlex. It's a concealer type of gel, so you don't see the discoloration or any type of change underneath the nail. The nail's actually pink, so if she decided to take her polish off, you're not going to see a bunch of discoloration or lines or separation or anything like that underneath the polish. NanoFlex by Fuzion has a couple of different colors. They have the concealer pink. They also have a natural color, and then they have kind of like a clear pink. It's clear, but it has a little pink tinge to it. Using the clear is great for when you want to see what's going on underneath the nail. So the NanoFlex by Fuzion is an amazing product for toenail restoration because it has nano silver in it. And nano silver are little particles that exhibit very unique antimicrobial properties. And they're used in a lot of medical applications or even some consumer products. Nano silver is used to inhibit or kill the growth of microorganisms, including pathogenic bacteria, viruses, and fungi. That is why the Nano Silver by Fuzion is a perfect tool to have when you're doing toe restoration because most of the time your feet are in shoes. So it's a perfect environment for growth of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. Fungi especially. Athlete's foot or tinea pedis is one of the most common fungal infections of the foot. And it's so easy to get. So now I'm applying the concealer pink NanoFlex. She doesn't have any fungus present that I can see on her toes. So it is perfectly okay to use the brush to apply the product. If she had fungal or any type of sign of fungal, or of course, we're not medical doctors, so if you suspect that there could be fungal on her toes, you would use a separate applicator so you don't contaminate your product. So applying the product is fairly straightforward. It's pretty much the same as doing a hard gel or soft gel nail. You're just applying the product and you're shaping it to where you or your client think that the nail should be. And the one great thing about the nano silver is it's perfectly safe to be on the skin. So unlike using acrylic or hard gel or many other products that you see out there, where some nail techs are using, these products like hard gel or acrylic to do toenails, if you get that type of product on your skin, there's a very high chance that you could get contact dermatitis. And if that's the case, then you're going to get possible rashes and sores, and then you won't be able to use it anymore. You won't be able to get your toes restored because every time that you come into contact with any type of product with the chemicals in it that's giving you a reaction, you're going to break out in sores or rashes, and it's very itchy and it can be quite severe. So, like I said earlier, you're just shaping the toenail out to where you think it would be most aesthetically pleasing. And once you get the shape down, um, the base, you might as well say, you want to put it in for a full 60 seconds. You don't want to go too thick right off the bat because this product, just like any hard gel or soft gel in the nail lamp when you're doing a manicure or extensions, the client will experience a heat spike. So you want to try to do thinner layers just so that they don't experience that heat spike. If they do experience heat spikes and you're even doing it in very thin layers, you want to suggest to them to just put their foot in like bath water. That's probably one of the best ways to get them to do it because it's just like getting into the bath. It's, oh, the water's too hot. Oh, oh yeah, it's still hot. But, if you keep inching your toes in, you're able to put your foot completely in within a couple of minutes, opposed to just dropping your foot in and screaming bloody murder. Once you have your toenails cured and you have enough layers on it and you're happy with it, you want to file them and shape them. So you can use a hand file or an arbor band. It's entirely up to you. I like the arbor band more than the hand file. However, when you're trying to straighten them up and square them up, you could use a metal file. First of all, though, you want to remove your skin away from the enhancement. So basically, you're pulling it off just enough to give the toenail a free edge and to square up the nail. So you want to pull it off the side walls as well too, so you can make a nice straight side wall and clean it up in the front so you can have that free edge. You want to make sure that it's not completely glued to the skin around because you want to make sure that you can file it nice and square and make that toenail look nice and clean and crisp, but also that the toenail is not completely adhered, because if it's adhered to the side wall and to the front, it doesn't have much movement and that could cause lifting. So for the side walls and the free edge, you want to get a nice sturdy metal file. The metal file has less bend in it, so you can make sure that your sides and free edge are quite straight. And once you're done with the metal file, then you could go ahead and grab your hand file, or you can grab an arbor band. I suggest using the arbor bands with the smaller bits. You can get the smaller bits now, and working with toes, it's so much easier having the small little bit because it's easier to see in all the little nooks and crannies. As you can see, this is like half the size of a regular arbor band. And you just want to shape the nail, make sure it's nice and smooth. You can do this with the hand file too. It's your preference. Neither is better than the other. I like to use the mini arbor band first just because it's so small that I can get right into the corners. If I'm using one of the hand files, small hand files are like half the size of a nail file, and I get them at our local CPC store. When it comes to the feet, you want to make sure that you're always using the best product because you don't want to be transferring anything to your client, or you don't want them to be hurting in any way. Your feet are the most important thing, or one of the most important things. It's what carries you your whole life, so you want to take care of them. And the professionals that take care of them for you need to make sure that they're using good product as well. Anyways, like I was saying, I use the arbor band first. I like to get my shaping done with the arbor band. It gets right in there. And then I don't have to worry about hurting the client because those hand files, even the smaller ones, they are a bit bulky, as you can see here coming up. They're quite a bit bulky, so to get right in there, it can be hard to do, and you just want to make sure that you're not hurting your client. So this is the way that I do it. You can do it either way. You can use the hand file the whole time if you're confident of not hurting your client and grabbing their skin with the hand file. I feel a lot more confident using the arbor band first and finishing it off with the hand file. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to my client because I am trying to do so many different things to get my recording down for my pedicures, and it's just it's not working. So we did have something set up a little bit to record this video, and there was a lot of times I was going out of frame, and God love her, she was making sure that I was always in frame and that we were able to videotape this. So thank you very much to my client, and you know give her a thumbs up, or a congrats or whatever on the in the comments to show the love for her. It's important to her to get the content out as well. She knows how hard it is to try and find somebody or something that is going to work to boost her self-confidence. So she wants to help in any way that she can to make sure that the information is out there for other people as well. Once the finish filing is complete, you want to cleanse the nail and get all of the dust and any type of debris that you may have accumulated off of the toenails. And then you're good to go ahead and give it a polish or put a clear coat on it, or you could even just leave it the way that it is. If you haven't done so already, please give the video a like and a subscribe if you like the content that you received today. And what do you think about the finished product? Comment below.